What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Isis. His name is Adhafang. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Set. His name is Magyar. The map is Mediterranean, and Magyar just showing why he's so good at this game. And I'm loving every single moment of it. Like, he is... It's been a while since we've seen Magyar play, because he hasn't played since, like, I don't know, 2012, because he's off playing League of Legends and making crazy amounts of money doing so, and we'll see some of that action, you know. This Mediterranean is known as Magyar's home map, because his micro was so insanely good. It was on such a different level than everybody else that it felt like he could win fights with half the units you had because of how good he was at controlling his boats. So if you want to learn how to micro on the water, I suggest just watch Magyar's recorded games and just watch how fast he is at moving his boats, and just watching like how he controls them and where he sends them and what he does, and you'll get to that level. Adhafang, on the other hand, is no slouch. He was definitely an expert in his day, and this was his day, so it's just, we'll see if he can get a win here. And I'm not sure if these are all tournament matches or not. I didn't actually check, but I think they might have been. It might have been like a very long best of series or something like that. They're definitely not ladder games, because there's an observer in the game. Can't have observers in ladder games, so I'm assuming because it's not a ladder game, it was a tournament game. And we'll see what Magyar goes for this build. 3 villages wood, and then possibly 3 villages onto the gold. So this is looking like a 4:30 advance time for Magyar. And Adhafang, on the other hand, 5 villages on wood. A little bit of a boom when you've got the alcove here. It's a little bit difficult to do this build. This is kind of or 6 villages on wood. This is kind of an Anatolia or Midgard build, where you go 4 villages food, 6 villages or 5 villages wood, and gold villages. But even then, you don't need to do it like this. You go 4 villages wood, 4 villages gold, and then you put more villages on wood afterwards, and you catch up the rest of those fishing boats. But this is actually not bad fish for Adhafang. He's got 3, 6, 9, 12, 18 fish close to the shore. So he can just dock spam and just sit here and defend against Magyar's early aggression. But we do see this is the standard Egyptian build. Absolutely standard. And he's going to spam these fishing ship out as fast as he can. Gets up this temple, and he's going to be advancing fairly soon. I think this temple's a little bit late, though. What's the build time on it? I don't get to see it, but I think it takes longer than 30 seconds. So he's going to be wanting to maybe get the pharaoh to empower it or something. Needs more food as well, so he's putting the pharaoh on the home base, on the hometown center. Adhafang, on the other hand, he's got those 4 villages on the gold here. 5 villages on the gold, so super late advance time. Not sure he's going to be able to handle this, because you need to get up the extra docks, and there's already Orok for Magyar going to be able to distract. So you're going to have to send 2 or 3 villages forward to get up these docks, which is difficult. And there's the temple. Magyar is almost temple up, and it's going to be like a 5-minute advance time. It's funny, these builds you see here are a little bit, what do you call it? They're not tuned like they are nowadays, where people realize what you can get done. You see some villages moving forward in order to pick off these Oroks. But what you can do with Set on this map is you can go 4 minutes with, is this, hold on, let me see how many. Okay, you can go 5-minute advance time with 12 fishing ships, or 10 fishing ships is fine, but also have 5 docks. Crazy. And Adhafang, on the other hand, can do this build that he's done, have this many fishing ships, and be going up at 5:30. Probably even have more fishing ships than 5:30. just with slight variations in the ordering. But Adhafang, I don't think he was really an Egyptian player either. But we'll see. Star coming through, and Magyar can even shifting sands, and he's looking like he's going for that as well. And I think the monument's trying to get up. It's going to be a touch late. Yeah, it's going to be a touch late, and the Aurochs coming in. Does the Pharaoh move in? No, the Pharaoh's not going to be doing so. Only 2 villages there. Maybe getting a little bit greedy, and it's looking like the monument's just about to get up. God Power block is in, so no shifting sands. So that's nice for Adhafang here to deal with. No losses there. But Magyar's now pumping out boats from... he's not pumping... He's just pumping out boats from... No dogs? Just making 1? Question mark? Not sure what the play here is. And there is the Bast from Adhafang. Potentially, no, he's going to be making cabinets. I was going to say potentially could go straight to the mythic, straight to the heroic age here. Fast heroic against again on this map is not actually a bad strategy. You get out those siege ships to deal with the cabinets, your ancestors eclipse your opponent's economy. We do see the armory coming up for Magyar now, so he's looking like he wants to go to the next age. He doesn't have Purse scene up just yet. Adhafang doesn't have it either, as he's pumping out cabinets from all of his docks. And I'm just going to be trying to sit underneath this dock fire for the time being here, and trying to do those good things. We'll see. I think Magyar does not need to pressure this too much. But he needs to... Well, I don't know. He's kind of going to be behind on the fish. So Adhafang actually in a pretty good position right now. As long as he can make the right decisions with villages here, not overcommit on the wood, which is looking like he's kind of doing. 16 villages on wood already is not what you want to do. You want to be pumping villagers onto the gold mine or onto food, depending on if you want to go for a second town center or going for a heroic age. So, but we're seeing the archer fights, the cabinets taking the battle. This is where you're seeing Magyar's micro. It's like really mini movements of these ships. Doesn't move them back too far, just pulls them back a tiny bit. And he's trying to pull back every single one that is getting targeted here. And Adhafang actually doing a nice job. There's a lot of low HP ships here, but for both players. So we'll see. A nice micro yet again, pulling this ship back in. And you see there's so many low ships here. And Magyar getting the most amount of damage out of his ships as he can. But Adhafang doing a nice job here. He's also picking off some boats here. And it's looking like it's going roughly even, maybe in the favor slightly of Magyar. But you see how good this micro is. It's insane. But more ships getting picked off right now. Adhafang slightly, it's kind of even here. So micro is continuing, but low HP ships now for Adhafang here everywhere could really help out. Actually, Magyar not picking those off, and it's looking like Magyar slightly losing now. Huge micro play right there from Adhafang, pulling in Magyar's ships, and there's still a couple of really low HP ships in the back. We see Prosperity getting cast now for Adhafang as he's looking to get to the heroic age. Only 8 villages on the gold mine, though. He could shift a lot of villagers over onto that gold mine in order to get to the next age. There is no armory up just yet. House is just about done. Sphinx sitting idle, and he's just looking to push Magyar off of fish at this point. We're seeing the second town center now up for Magyar, or going up for Magyar. And fish is getting prevented now. And Adhafang looking incredibly strong in this game, forcing Magyar back. And it's looking like he's actually stopped building cabinets. Hopefully Adhafang doesn't overcommit on the cabinets. He's still auto-killing them. You should notice that there's nothing, or I mean, there's no reason to continue producing here. You need to stop making these ships and then make fishing ships and just clean up all of this food here and get to the heroic age. Get your 2 town centers up and continue here. Magyar up on this large gold mine, moving forward with this stuff. Second town center up. He's got 8 villagers on food, so that's going to help out quite a bit. Does he have any... He doesn't have any hunt to eat here, which is a little bit disappointing. Sometimes you get deer. The deer are really far away. You don't really want to make a move for those. Now seeing some armories now coming up for Adhafang, looking like he might want to be spamming out armory upgrades or something. A little bit of micro onto the cabinets. They do. I think they dodge arrows. Yeah, they dodge arrow fire from the docks if you do this micro trick, which which is really cool. Yeah, Adhafang's flipping up his resources now. Only 12 villagers on wood. You really don't need, once you win the water, you really don't need the villagers to be gathering wood. So a nice trick you can do is just leave 5 villagers or so on the wood so you get your upgrades like shaft line and stuff. Put the rest onto these pigs you've got here in the middle and grab husbandry. We are seeing town center now going up at 4. Adhafang needs to start pumping those villagers. 3rd town center. 4 Magyar coming up, and it does get up as the Sphinx trying to stop it. Stock just about to be picked off. Fishing ships will die very soon after, and farms now coming down. It does look like Shadoof is available, so those farms are really cheap. But a town center up for Adhafang. He'll be able to grab this one fairly shortly as well, but I prefer to see him go heroic age here first. And we do see him grabbing that one, and then looking for that town center. He does have this gold mine secured. He's got gold mine here as well, so he does have the advantage of having extra villages on the fish. But Magyar's got the advantage of having 3 town centers pumping. So every 15 seconds, Magyar catches up a fishing ship, basically, and that's 22. So you need 22 15 seconds. And I'm not going to do that math for you because that's a difficult one. So there's the monument to the soldiers wants to protect from like a tornado or something, I guess, but definitely needs to grab this town center as soon as possible. Moving up onto the gold mine. Does he have shaft mine? Doesn't have shaft. Does have shaft. Arrows of Alpha here as well. First scene's being grabbed. Incredible. Oh, he's actually really fishing up this water here. It's fine to do this, but you need to chuck docks on top of everything. Otherwise, it's really slow gather rates, because while they gather a lot of food for you, they have a long time to travel. Like you wouldn't gather berries from here and have your villagers walk back and forth. You just build a granary. So you wouldn't do the same here on this fish either. You need to grab, or a better comparison would be you wouldn't build a farm over here, right? You do have the heroic gauge now. Through for Adhafang, he's chucking up the siege workshop. Mythology stronghold going down as well. I'd love to see, well, there's the town center going up for Adhafang as well. Walls up on both sides of the map. Barracks coming down for Magyar. He is trying to survive in this game right now. There's the Mythology stronghold. It should come up fairly soon and do some stuff. That's what we need. But Scorpionman, Sphinx out. This relic is actually an issue for the gold mine, but it's also a good relic. So what's this one? Hardest volley. It's not really worth grabbing, wasting the time to get it. Leviathan out to help out with this dock, picking it off. There's nothing inside it, so that's fine. Adhafang's gonna have to delete those things. He still hasn't built these docks up yet. It's just annoying because he built a dock over here, but not over this side of the map. Even these fish could use a dock. They only cost 50 gold, and they pay for themselves basically as soon as you've built them.
Great.
And there's Magyar going through Nephthys now. War Elephant's getting built into the Mythology stronghold. That 3rd armory is finally up as Adhafang's starting to get some of those upgrades. Love to see him cut off this corner with walls as well. If you come up and cut this corner off, it's pretty good. And cut this one off as well. That way you strangle Magyar a little bit. There is the market. It's going to be spamming out those camel caravans and creating the trade route. There really is no sense in playing this too fast, but you do have to realize that you have to be confident in your late game if you're going to go for this. You can play really aggressive and potentially win early, or you can play safe, have a guaranteed stronger late game early. Those are your options. You go for this attack with Ancestors Eclipse and try and take down the town center, or you get Mythic Age and you just set up walls and you set up towers and you slow push on this town center, which is a really bad town center for Magyar because of this tree. You can set up a box around here, get Mythic Age, put a catapult in here, and there is nothing Magyar can do to stop that beyond casting Ancestors on top of it. And we do see now I've got the War Elephant, we've got the Scorpion Man out, we've got the Sphinx. As this eclipse comes down on the back of these priests, there's no funeral rites for them. Mercenaries starting to get pumped out as these Scorpion Men take down the Scorpion Men of Magyar, these ancestors, doing a lot of damage right now, but the Scorpion Men are going to be falling. There's not really enough chariot archers to pick off these priests here. And now the siege tower is moving, and we do see fortified town centers has come through. So he's going to be a little bit of an issue to take him down. Nice marker to pull the siege towers back, but the villagers do read that and come back into the town center. And we will see the war elephants making their move forward. Ancestors need to sit on top of the siege towers now. So when the villagers pop out on top of them, they do deal with those nice and fast. And we will see that is basically what's happening now. We've got the mercenary cavalry getting pumped in from Adhafang. He's going all in on this town center. These siege towers are trying to take it down. It's even got the war elephants on top of it. The villagers come into repair. These villagers in the back have been picked off by the ancestors, and he will be able to pick it off. But now we have an ancestors from Magyar going to be coming through. Some more villagers coming in, double Migdol in the back here in order to hold on to this location. These mercenary will be able to help out quite a bit, but the mercenary cavalry for Adhafang are here to help out, as well as Adhafang is trying to lock down this location. There's a bunch of villagers here. Ancestors gets cast. There's only one priest in the back here. We see Shifting Sands get cast, pulling all these units over onto this side of the map, which is huge. Look at that. 3 siege towers, 4 chariot archers, and a war elephant here. And now the villagers run into this town center. They should be able to get it back up. And Adhafang, his attack is done right now. We do see him going for this Migdol stronghold now, but the villagers will be able to pick this off very, very fast. A bunch of these cabinets here need to be deleted as well. Ancestors do pick off that chariot archer. And that's it's really big for Magyar, being able to defend against that. So now we'll see what happens. But Adhafang going through Thoth, Magyar sitting in the what do you call it? In the heroic age versus a mythic age Isis here with Thoth. Not going through Osiris, a bit of an odd choice. Osiris would be huge right now because of how strong Son of Osiris is. And not only that, also the mummy deal with war elephants from Magyar as well. But Thoth's going to be able to cast a meteor on here, but probably not going to be able to kill the town center. So we'll see. We'll see. And meteor does come down in this location instantly. Those war elephant are out, and Adhafang sitting with a lot of population in the bank, a lot of resources in the bank, war total, and Phoenix occupying a bit of population now. We are seeing Monument to the Priest comes down, and it does do a lot of damage over here, picks off some villages in the back, but the fortified town center stays up. And also the siege towers, the meteor removes some of this natural barrier to this town center. Now Magyar making a huge push through. He's got a bunch of war elephants, 9 war elephants, going to be able to pick off this Migdol stronghold, and this is huge right now for Magyar. He's making this push forward. Adhafang sitting at 140, also 162 pop to Magyar's 144, and Magyar is somehow managing to push back into Adhafang. He's now building these mercenaries. So let's just Phoenix out. Does he have idle military anyway? He's got a bunch of idle military. This town center may be in range of the Oxy war barges. And it's looking like they are. If he can hit this, surely, or maybe he can't hit this. Maybe this is just like 1 pixel too far away. I don't know. It's in range? It is in range. There we go. The fortified town center gonna have to deal with the navy of Adhafang right now, and I think Adhafang's going to be happy to take this defense here. We are seeing these markets getting targeted right now, which is actually a really smart move. Slow down the golden economy from Adhafang, but we'll see. We've got the chariot archers trying to take down this war barge, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Magyar needs to throw down docks somewhere if he can, but these markets going to fall. Adhafang, I don't know if he's got another market anymore. He doesn't have another market, so all of this trade he's got going is going to get shut down, but he's still got gold mines on the map that he is mining from. He's got almost full upgrades, and I think, does he have, yeah, he's got Sultan 4 as well. Now we've got a bunch of these war barges taking this town center down. This is not looking good for Magyar at all, but the market did fall. He's going to have idle camel caravans over here. Going to try and get this market put back up. For some reason, not placing it right on the corner does lose yourself a significant amount of gold. The amount of gold you get is exponential as you go further away. So this difference here versus this difference here is a lot more. I think you're looking at like 4 or 5 gold a trip just by going that extra step to the edge of the map here. And Magyar also not realizing that with a bit of a crummy trade route, but now we see the cavalry distracting these Oxy war barges, but they can stop this settlement whenever they want. And we've got some ramming galleys out in order to help out, but Adhafang, surely he can just push forward now. He's not at full pop. He's got a lot of resources in the back. He could probably delete some villagers as well, or send them forward to help out. But the ramming galleys enough right now to stop this this location from being controlled by Adhafang. And Adhafang somehow managing to throw that position. He had cabinets out, but he just was not microing it very well. And now Magyar gets his town center back, and we're back to square one. Oh, you hate it. You hate it. Now we've got some ramming galleys coming out for Adhafang. Taking down this location may be an idea as well. Some catapult in the back to move forward, take down this market, take down Magyar's trade route. Love to see some walls getting thrown up as you playing these Egyptian wars. A really big part of it is throwing it down a ridiculous amount of walls and basically giving yourself a position to put your catapult. You don't want naked catapult. They're difficult. We do see ramming galleys out to deal with this location. Magyar's got stuff over here. We've got some Leviathans out, and Adhafang's gonna have to start defending against this as he's also defending against some raids on this Migdol. Just put it up, but the elephant are on top of it. A couple of elephant out for Adhafang as well. Only got copper armor. You've got three armories here. Use them. That's how I work out. He's only got copper armor. It's ridiculous amount. He's finally got that coming in, and we do see Thoth has come through for Magyar, but we've got monuments everywhere and 4 catapult in the back here. That's going to be huge, but there's not really that much to defend against them because, like I said, there's no walls up. We'll see him move forward and try and pick off this location. We've even got some more of these war barges coming in. War Turtle is here. War barge, what am I saying? Yeah. War Turtle's here to pick off these guys. And also the Leviathan here does pick off that location. Got some of those rhinoceros have set in this here, in here as well. Trying to take down this Migdol stronghold. Catapult sieging your way. They are not siege catapult yet, but he is getting engineers in. I want to say siege catapult. They're not engineered catapult. Got the camel warrior on top of these guys, but the Migdol stronghold does fall. But it's not going to be worth it if you just lose these guys. They're expensive. 400 resources each, and they do die incredibly quickly. Another Migdol stronghold coming up for Adhafang in the back here. Did lose this forward one, but definitely want to control this location here. As you do see, Meteor comes down here, does pick off a lot of villagers. You just see them all die. You see some mercenary now coming out as Adhafang is intending to push forward. Migdol stronghold up from Magyar, or trying to get up from Magyar as he's trying to push into this location. We've got more Oxy war barges coming in to deal with this War Turtle and the ramming galley. But these guys are strong. We see some of these heavy elephant moving in now as this champion elephant in the back. And we do see champion elephants in here now. And now the fortified town centers can go down really fast, but as soon as the pharaoh gets empowering onto this town center, it stops going down. And he's looking like he's trying to do so. And there we go. As you see, he's on there, and this down center will be surviving with 600 HP, pulling the War Turtle back into this location, getting the Phoenix over this as well, trying to deal with these guys as best as he can. But now this town center is staying up for the time being. Now the champion elephant making their way onto this trade route again. Absolutely huge. If he picks off this market again, no gold mine income from these camel caravans, and Adhafang taps out. What? There's no way he's lost here. Why? I guess if he loses the sea, he loses this town center, but that's a bit of a tap out. This game was this game was in the palm. What's the saying? He stole defeat from the jaws of victory. Is that how it goes? I don't know. Oh man, that's disappointing. Adhafang had this location here. He had the town center down. All he needed to do was come in a little bit harder onto the water here with some upgraded units. Possibly build a dock over here, get some ballasted tower, but unfortunately could not take this game. Magyar gets 3 wins here, going up 3-0 against Adhafang. Again, Magyar just showing why he is the greatest. Let's move on to the next game, but thanks so much for hanging out with me. Get the next one going for you